This is a Ram Report Special Edition.
Hello, and welcome to this special edition of the Ram Report. I'm your host, Gabby Strzepek, and today I have a special guest, Mr. Koontz. He'll be reviewing the 2021 lip sync contest.
Thanks, Gabby. And it's hard to believe it's been 2 years since the last lip sync competition. Let me just say it's great to see this wonderful Hightstown tradition revived after everything we've all been through. Let me also make it clear that the opinions and harsh burns expressed by me are mine and mine alone and do not represent the views of the Ram Report specifically or the East Windsor Regional School District in general. Also, I'd like to take a moment to remember the class of 2021. I had a lot of fun at their expense with these reviews over the years, calling their freshman performance a fiasco and a catastrophe, and then eviscerating their junior effort by using a tune by Kesha, Dancing the Horror, and bringing a life raft along. But I had high hopes for their senior year performance, and I'm sorry it wasn't to be. I wish you well, class of 2021, and I mean that sincerely. But let's turn to this year.
That's right, Mr. Koontz. What makes this year's competition unique is that only 2 of the classes this year's juniors and seniors have ever participated in a lip sync contest before. For the freshmen and sophomores, this was their first chance to participate. And first up was the freshmen. Let's take a look. Hello? Freshmen? Anyone there? Maybe the freshman team went to the wrong place. Maybe they went back to Krebs or something.
Or maybe they thought they could do the lip sync over Zoom with their cameras turned off. But seriously, the failure of the freshmen to field a team is a big disappointment. And this comes after they dropped the ball in the hall decoration contest. Freshmen, it's time to step up. You're Rams now, and it's time to act like it. But maybe I'm being overly harsh, Gabby. This was, after all, their first lip sync.
But, Mr. Koontz, it was also the sophomores' first lip sync, and they fielded a team.
That's right, Gabby. Let's stop talking about a team that didn't show up and focus on a team that absolutely did. The class of 2024. The sophomores took the field with a surprisingly large team that turned in a strong performance, a textbook example of what a lip sync should be. They actually looked like veterans out there with 2 or 3 lip syncs under their belts, not first-timers. And that speaks volumes about the hours of preparation these kids clearly put into this show. Highlights included the best flip of the contest and this nice lineup that seems inspired by the Rockettes. Also, it's always great to see boys out on the field, and the sophomore guys turned out in significant numbers. So overall, a solid and enthusiastic performance by the sophomores, coming out of nowhere to turn in a show that would, in some years, be worthy of first place.
Absolutely. The sophomores set a high bar for the upperclassmen. Next up would be the juniors.
Yes, and 2 years ago, this year's juniors stunned everyone with a show that was, well, disorganized and sloppy, but also had rare moments of brilliance which made it, in spite of its flaws, the best performance by a freshman class in anyone's memory. So I, for one, was really looking forward to what they would do this year.
So here they are, class of 2023.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, this was a letdown. If anything, the juniors actually regressed from their performance back in 2020. With choreography about as creative and inspiring as a quadratic equation, and a performance that brought to mind your elderly relatives dancing the electric slide at your cousin's wedding, but with much less enthusiasm, the juniors showed what sloppy preparation and a lack of rehearsal produces: a really dull show. Their classmates tried to liven things up by joining the team on the field to celebrate something. Were they celebrating their loss to the sophomores? Needless to say, Gabby, the judges awarded the juniors a well-deserved last place.
That left only the seniors standing between the sophomores and the win, and tensions were high as the class of 2022 took the field.
The last time we saw this year's seniors, they turned in a solid performance with one big glaring omission. Not a single boy from the class of 2022 showed up. This year, there were a few guys on the field, but nothing like the strong turnout from the sophomore men. Instead, the seniors worked in some surprise participants, like the Ram mascot and their class advisor, Ms. Vaccaro, and Vice Principal, Mr. Berger. The choreography was fun and fast-moving, and this bit, based on the movie The Purge, was particularly well done. The seniors also did some Rockette-style lineup numbers just like the sophomores, but took the concept to the next level. Where the seniors really shone was in the clear enjoyment they took in performing this show. This is a class that is happy to be back and taking part in this quintessential Ram tradition. The judges awarded them a deserved first-place finish.
The judges really did make the right call. Any predictions for next year, Mr. Koontz?
Absolutely. Hey, I know the sophomores are disappointed with the silver medal, but no sophomore class has won the lip sync since 2017, when the class of 2019 won, and they weren't rookies like the class of 2024. But based on what I saw, the sophomores are the clear favorites to win this thing next year, and likely the year after. The juniors will really have to step up their game to stop them, and the sophomores aren't going to be too worried about the class of 2025, who, if they do manage to participate, will be first-time rookies, just like next year's incoming freshmen. I also have to say that I'm not a big fan of the entire class coming out on the field to join the class's lip sync team. Both the juniors and seniors did that this year, and I think it distracts from the performance and does little to help the lip sync team. So I hope we've seen the last of that.
Mr. Koontz, thank you so much for your take on the lip sync contest.
Thanks for having me.
And that wraps it up for the special edition of the Ram Report. I'm Gabby Strzepek, and have a Ram-tastic day.